How to build a membership site in 10 easy steps. You've probably heard all about membership sites. You hear people talking about it on Twitter and X. You probably hear about it from your friends. And if you don't know what they are by this point, you're probably too afraid to ask. So let's answer those questions for you. We'll talk about what is a membership site? What does it mean for your business? And why should you care? I'm Mitch Collard, and I'm here to explain all that and more. In this video, we'll walk through everything you need to know about membership sites for your own business. We'll talk about why they're important, what they are, and how to build one from scratch in 10 simple steps. So what is a membership website? It's a website that a business or nonprofit creates as a hub for all of their members. Typically, membership websites allow their members to log in, update their information, whether that's their personal info, their membership subscription, their payment method, and then it allows them to access members-only content. The members-only content can range from upcoming events to articles and videos, or just general updates about the membership. Hopefully that helped define what a membership site does. So now let's talk about the business model that you can attach to your membership sites. Personally, it helps me to think about it like this. When you're building a membership website, you have to decide what's the unique value that you're going to create for your audience that entices them to then pay and become members. So you need to figure out the unique value and where that meets your audience's willingness to pay. So the most straightforward value that a lot of folks create when they set up a membership site is with members-only content. They'll write articles or create videos that are accessed exclusively by their members. This is the most straightforward and the most popular. However, there's much less obvious business models people attach to members-only websites. For example, you could charge your members for premium add-ons like mentorship or coaching provided by you. Additionally, you could provide access to premium features for the community. Like some membership websites will reserve chat or member-to-member communication only available to those premium members that are paying on top. These are just a couple examples of additional business models and revenue streams that folks add on to their membership websites. So like most businesses, it's about discovering what's the unique benefit that you can provide and where that meets your audience's willingness to pay. On its face, that might sound a little overwhelming, a little abstract, but stick with me to the end of this video and I'm going to go simplify all of it right now. First, we defined what a membership website is. Second, we talked about how to attach a business model or membership to a membership website to turn your site into a business. Now, the third part, which is why you're all here, we're going to talk about actually going from zero to launch in 10 easy steps to create your membership website. So let's jump in. Step one is establishing your membership model. Now, if you break this down a little bit further, because this is the meatiest step, it means establishing your membership model by determining the membership structure, the membership benefits, and the membership pricing. So very meaty. We're going to break down each of those three into the subpoints for this step one. So first, determining your membership structure. This is really the mechanics of the membership. You determine the billing period. Does it bill every month, every quarter, every year? You determine the billing behavior. If it's monthly, does it automatically rebill? If it's annual, does it automatically rebill, or is it a manual renewal? And then you determine the type of information that the member has to exchange for their membership. Is it a friction-free checkout where you're just collecting an email address or a phone number? Or do you actually want to know who your member is and collect demographic information? That can all be wrapped up into the membership structure. The next part, you determine the actual benefits that you're providing. What are the membership benefits? Said another way, what's the value that you're selling to your members? Like we touched on before, the most common value that membership sites sell is access to members-only information. But it's not the only way. Other popular approaches or popular benefits that membership sites provide is access to members-only meetups, discounts to events, or special networking opportunity. A great example would be a member-to-member chat room like Slack or Discord. The third part, when you break down the membership model, is the membership pricing. And this can get really fun. Membership pricing can be a huge lever to drive your business. For example, you can say, we're going to have 3 membership tiers: a bronze, silver, and gold, and you price those differently with different pairs of benefits. Additionally, you can incentivize longer term benefits and bundle in longer membership periods. I've even seen folks do lifetime memberships where for the price of a few years, you bundle in a lifetime. There's so much leverage to be had playing with pricing, but it's a really important part of creating your membership model. Like I said, it's a really meaty topic, so I'm actually going to dive in deep to these in subsequent videos. So I'd love for you to subscribe now and follow along when those get published. Step 2, develop a plan for your membership site. After deciding your membership model, it's time to develop a plan to put this into action. So you have an idea of what you want to deliver, but now you have to move it from paper into real life. For me, I'm a big fan of analogies. So it's like if you wanted to create a actual physical product, a thingamajig, a widget, whatever. To move that from a blueprint into the physical world, you have to work with manufacturers or a factory. And before you choose one of those, you want to have a plan. That's what this step's all about. So first, you need to write down and figure out the actual technical requirements that you need to have in your membership website. As we talked about previously, the most popular value that membership sites provide is access to members-only content. So a lot of membership site platforms, they'll have that feature. But if you're providing another benefit, another piece of value like access to members-only events, then you need to make sure there's integrated ticketing. So this is really about writing down your personalized criteria that you want on your membership site. Now, the second part is setting an evaluation criteria. So, for example, what's the budget that you're willing to spend? Also, when it comes to the technical requirements that you listed previously, you want to make sure to understand what are the absolute non-negotiables. For a lot of cases, you'll be approaching a platform for a service that a lot of folks use. And so it might not be that they have every single feature that you want included in the platform. So you need to decide what are the absolute non-negotiable ones. Once you have your technical requirements and your evaluation criteria, you're well on your way with that plan to taking the next step. Step 3, choose a membership website builder. Now you're armed with a plan. It's time to put it into action. The next step is to actually choose the membership website builder that you're going to use to bring this to life. To start, create a list of potential vendors. Ideally, that list is at least 5, but more likely it should be about 10. To create this list, you can look at businesses you admire and see what platforms they're using, or you can go to review sites like Capterra or Software Advice and look in the membership software category. Lastly, if you get stuck, you can just Google different options and tons will pop up to add to your list. Once you've created this list, compare those services against your list of technical requirements that we created in step 2 when we developed your plan. When comparing it against your technical requirements, don't forget to highlight and asterisk your non-negotiables. Those will really help eliminate the ones that won't fit your needs. And lastly, make sure it's in budget. We developed the plan, we're now putting that into action, and now you've selected a website builder. Nice work. Let's go to the next step. Step 4, finalize your organization's pitch. After selecting a membership website builder, it's crucial to focus on your pitch. What's the unique selling proposition that you provide to potential members that no one else does? Your pitch is the backbone of your membership site and plays a vital role in attracting new members. It's probably the first thing they encounter, and it can help keep your business focused on the actual value it's providing. Clearly articulate your site's pitch. Showcase it prominently and consistently. These are major keys to your membership site's success. By thoughtfully creating a universal pitch for your membership website, you'll attract like-minded individuals and create a strong sense of community among your members because everyone's there for a single, unifying purpose. Step 5, cultivate a community. Community. That is another buzzword that you're hearing absolutely everywhere. Everyone wants a community around their brand, around their service, around their membership website, but it's actually incredibly hard to build. So let's go over some tips on how to create the thriving community. If you want to foster a community, you should implement these 3 techniques. First, create the opportunity for interaction among your members. The most popular way to do this is through an online method. So people will set up a chat room like Slack or Discord, or use a forum software. But There's also other very creative ways that you can encourage engagement from member to member. You could set up one-to-one Zoom calls or coffee chats on Zoom. You can do in-person live events. You could do ad hoc meetups where your members can just say, hey, I'm going to be here if you're in this major city, let's meet up. There's so many ways. It depends on the distribution of your audience, but you can really get creative. You just need to make sure you're providing an opportunity for interaction among your members. The second part to really create that community is you need to recognize and reward contributions to the community. Community is when individual members start talking to each other and providing value to each other without that coming directly from, in this case, you as the membership site host. So when you see positive behavior, you need to recognize and reward that. A great example here would be you could create a member of the week. When you see someone providing value, helping someone out, onboarding a new member themselves, you really want to call that out and reinforce that positive behavior. So member of the week approach would be a really cool idea. Now, lastly, you need to insist on an inclusive and positive environment. I know sometimes folks are hesitant to really moderate their community or restrict the type of content that happens organically because they want everything to be very organic and real, but you need to make sure everyone feels safe sharing to the community, and you do that by insisting on inclusive and positive environment. You can do that by having a community guidelines or just some basic rules that everyone agrees to be a part of that community. Now, by implementing these strategies, you can enhance member engagement, promote interaction, and cultivate a strong and vibrant community within your membership website. Step 6, create ongoing value that's exclusive to your members. So next, you need to have a plan for the engine that creates the value for your members. It needs to be ongoing value so that once you spend all the effort to get a member sold, onboarded in your community, they stick around. So previously we discussed all the different ways that you can provide value through your membership site. It can be through members-only events, member-to-member communication, but the most popular way, which we're going to focus on, for example, here, is members-only content. So like creating those articles or videos that are exclusive only to members. Now, if that's the value that you're providing, you need to make sure you have a plan to continually provide that value. So what's your content production schedule? Are you publishing new content every week, every month? This would typically be determined by the depth of that content, how difficult and costly it is to be produced, and that would actually determine the schedule. Next, to keep that engine going, I'd set up some sort of content quality assurance. I track metrics to see how often that content's being viewed, what's the actual time on site spent with that content. That way you're getting the feedback loop to make sure you're producing high quality content that has a lot of value and not just pushing things out into the void. So essentially, that's just how it set that up for the members only content, but you can apply that to whatever sort of value you're providing to your members. The thing you need to focus on with this step is that you're creating the engine to continuously provide value to your members to keep them on board, engaged, and most importantly, paying. Step 7 is you need to make it effortless to become a member. So often I see the biggest mistake. They go through all the effort of putting together a pitch, creating their website, attracting the member to the membership site, and then it's 3 different steps to set up an account, confirming email, put in your card, to actually check out. That's nonsense. You need to make sure it's absolutely friction-free so that once you have someone on that conversion page, you get them into a member. So the approach that I would take is when you're setting up that membership form or that purchase form, you need to make sure it's as straightforward as possible. Collect as much information as you need, but as little as you possibly can. That's the key that I always say. The fewer fields you have, the higher the conversion rate. Next, you want to make sure you support payment methods, especially ones that are attractive to your target audience. If you're selling in a certain market that expects to pay a certain way, then you need to make sure you support that payment method. So choosing a provider that has a multitude of different payment options can be key. Lastly, provide clear instructions, have that pitch ready, have all the information accessible so that your potential members can make that evaluation in an efficient manner and then go straight through the purchase flow. By implementing these strategies, you'll make it easier for users to become members and increase the chances of converting that traffic into payments. Step 8, importing your members database. Now, in most cases, when someone goes to set up a membership website, it's not their first attempt to set up an audience. They might have an audience that they've collected from Google Forms, from an email marketing list, or writing down on an old piece of paper. We do plenty of those type of imports. So step 8 is about importing your membership database into your new membership site. So when launching a new membership site, it's critical that you import that information, everything you have, to your new database. Most providers will help you with formatting. So it's important when you're doing the research to make sure that they support an import. And if so, will they help with formatting or meet the specific template that they have for their data requirements? By following these steps, you can make sure that you're not losing any memberships or any of that member data when you transition from an informal operation that operated maybe by pasting together a few offline tactics like Excel spreadsheets or Google Forms into your new membership system. So if you need any help with that, the provider that you choose should be able to help, but make sure you have that data and actually follow through with bringing your data over so you don't lose anything in that transition. Step 9, promote and market your membership website. Now that all that work is done, the hard part really begins. You need to find your audience. You can find your audience by actually marketing your membership website. But what does that mean? So here's a few tips for identifying your market. First, understand who your audience is, who's likely to become a member. You can do this by using data collected from your first members. You can use analytics to your website to see the referral traffic, where they're coming from, how they're hearing about you, or even it's helpful to do anecdotal evidence. So go interview your first members, see how they heard about you, and really put together that story. Second, you'll want to determine where your audience might live online. So what platforms are they most likely to use? This can correlate with their generation, their age, any demographic information, but you need to find out where they're most active. Where are they hanging out online? That's where you can go find them. Third, a strategy that I take is I'd find out correlated interests. So if I ran a bike club or a membership website that focused on cycling, then I might think a correlated activity is environmental activism. People that love to ride bikes generally care about the environment. So in that case, once you've identified those correlated interests, you can potentially do some cross-promotion opportunities. The secret to online marketing and marketing your website isn't about coming up with a perfect plan right out the gate. It's about testing the waters. It's really about doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there, measuring the results of those little experiments that you're running. And then when you see success, doubling down. That's the secret to online marketing. You try a lot of different channels, a lot of different strategies, a lot of different approaches. And then when you see success, you double down, you scale that channel. So following that advice on learning your audience, putting together the profile, finding out where they live, and then running those tests to see what works, that's how you'll market your website and find your first audience. Step 10, monitor your site's performance. To ensure the success of your membership website that you've put so much effort into building, you want to continuously monitor the performance. And here's how you do it in 3 steps. First, watch your analytics. Use something like Google Analytics to actually track your site traffic and the behavior of people who visit your site. How often do they bounce? Which pages are most popular? Those will give you great insights into the behavior of your website. Next, you'll set your key performance indicators or KPIs. For me, the most important KPI of a membership site is churn. After you go through all the effort of defining your audience, setting up your membership site, getting someone to actually pay, how often do they stick around? You want to make sure that folks who get through that conversion funnel and actually buy stick around for a very long time. So we really want to focus on that churn as a KPI and get that down to as low as possible. Lastly, and a lot of people overlook this, is user feedback. You'll monitor the site's performance by user feedback. For me, whenever someone cancels, I go and I call them up. I see why they canceled, what I could have done better. You can also get user feedback from your happiest members. See what's really resonating with the community. A lot of people don't consider this data, so they overlook it, but that anecdotal data from your customers can be so helpful. So that's it. Once you've gone through all the work, make sure to monitor your site's performance through analytics, KPIs, and user feedback. And that wraps up the 10 easy steps for creating a membership website. I might have made that sound way too simple, but it's because I think about this every day while running Join It. So if you need additional help, we'd love to schedule a demo of our software or answer any questions you might have. You can just email support@joinit.com. Also, if you've loved to follow along on this video series, we have some great content planned for the next couple weeks. So please subscribe. That's it for me. Bye for now.